And we're back.
What is going on?
Hot as hell. Heat index says 111 degrees here in Terre Haute, Indiana. So I'm in my comfy little room as normal. I'll get out there and enjoy it a little bit after this, but a little bit.
I've been actually enjoying this weather a lot. I don't know why. I've been spending a lot of time outside, swimming in the local waters. It feels like you just your body gets accustomed to it, once you start to spend enough time in it. Um, so I've been really enjoying it, but it is hot as fuck and it's hard to sleep some nights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I don't know about you, like sleeping temperature, but I keep my room at a solid 66 degrees. That's like
Yeah,
the
that's
norm.
ideal. Yeah, the other night it was like same temps and I did not have my AC on. I was literally about to pass out, and this actually ties into uh, our Wild Wednesday last week, and my whole intention of sleeping on the back. How, dude, in that humidity in the room I was in, I literally couldn't do it. I had to switch rooms because my I literally was like passing out. I feel like I wasn't getting oxygen. It's crazy.
My God, man. Wow. I guess if you pass out while you're on your back, then commitment fulfilled. Like you
No, it
slept
felt
on
like
your
it was like a pass out that I wasn't gonna wake up from. It was like not enough oxygen to the dome.
oh God. Yeah. Wow. Well, speaking of that, yeah, let's recap a little bit. Let's talk about the commitments from last week, and then we'll dive into the new stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll start it off. So, yeah, just a general overview for my recap was I've been restructuring my days and my nights, trying to really build a sustainable foundation that I can move through life based on, and really just coming back to what times I wake up and go to sleep, and then building my days out from there and recognizing every actions that I'm partaking in every day over the set of years is the compounding factor that leads to change and the inevitable building blocks for our lives, right? So last week for me, back is was one of them. That alone, I think, is going to do such wonders. I was learning about it and how, in so many regards, it's beneficial for our health. It actually can increase our height. And one of the fascinating things I learned about it was when we sleep in the fetal position nowadays, it's actually kind of just the same position that we form like when we're in a chair. So we're basically having the same muscular sort of contractions and extensions, through our hip flexors and our back and everywhere else. So it's essentially keeping us, if we're working and a desk job, whatever, all day, mostly 8 hours of the day, and then you're sleeping in a fetal position, you're you're basically spending most of your life, 2/3 of your life in that sort of position. And sleeping on your back, again, what I said in the other one is like it's the most logical way to go. It's gravity is assisting you in releasing everything over all your muscles, elongating your spine to its capacity, giving you the best posture for aesthetic reasons and health reasons, allowing your airways to be fully open, to maximize breath, um, and so forth. And it just, for the most part, helps the spine so much, decompressing the discs and everything in the long run. I really think this is going to be such a beneficial practice. So it's definitely difficult. My aim is I'm going to be at some point here not using a pillow at all because that will bring my head in line with what's that?
Shit. Never thought of that.
Yeah. Um, so that was and is going to continue to be a part of my life. Super hard, don't get me wrong, but you do have some of the greatest rest once you fall into sleep on your back. And then the other few things or the other main thing was the eating. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward, man. Like I've just been, especially in the summer, dude. Like I don't need to eat as much as I do like in the wintertime, but eating 3, 4 hours before bed, no problem. And I've been going on long hikes after dinner and just like spending time out in nature before bed. And dude, I'm not hungry at all. And I just been eating a lot of high calorically dense food, so that's been helping. But
Nice.
yeah, man,
Nice.
I'm loving it. And I think my what did you say? I think my headphones might be. Sorry. Yeah, my headphones are off. So, can you hear me?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Dude, I love that you're coming from the place of that you're in a place where you can work on these foundational building blocks and that you're choosing to approach it from that level. Because life is compound interest in a very real way. Those things will just compound upon themselves, and the stuff you build on top of that, you'll have a fortune in good experiences and health and wealth and all manner of those things. That's the way to approach it.
Yeah,
It just takes consistency through time.
yeah. And I think it's so powerful to, put intention to the simplest things that we endure or we experience in life. Waking up, putting intention about when you wake up, how you wake up is gives meaning to life. And that's part of our job as being a human is attaching meaning to it all through our own eyes. So with that said, what about you? Let's hear your
Yeah.
experience this past week.
For me, last week it was diving into the presence process. So I was to spend an hour each day learning about the process. I did. I actually I went further than that because it was just really aligned with me. I kind of knew it from the first time that you told me about Michael Brown, and I just watched like a short video of him explaining the process, and I had a sense that this is for me and this is a direction that I want to go in. So I got the book, and I read. There's kind of like an introductory part that takes you through what it is and what the experience is like. And then the rest of the book actually facilitates the experience. So the whole thing, I don't know if you did the whole process. You did, so you know. It's a 10-week process, and there's a section for each week that helps you facilitate each week of it. Long story short, I'm not going to say too much about it, but I'm going to do it. I've actually started the 10-week
It's
process, and yeah, yeah, man, I think it's going to be a big journey. I don't know what's going to come up. I'm not really looking for results from it, like in the conventional sense of expecting some particular change to happen in my life. But I do sense that this integrative work is important and worthwhile. So
cool, man.
so yeah,
We'll have to check in every week on these calls just a little bit, see where it's at for you.
yeah. Yeah, we can check in a little bit. I think it will be a little bit of a boring thing for our this sub-series, just because the integrative work is something that's really a journey that a person has to take by themselves. And sometimes if we talk too much about it, then we're just creating unnecessary drama. Like if I'm asking you to applaud just because I did it every week or
Yeah,
something along those lines, it's something we do for ourselves, right? It's something we do for ourselves, and there's not necessarily like a tangible result that can be seen. So that part might be a little bit
that's a good
quiet and
that's a good
boring,
point. Yeah, that's a good point. I will never speak to you about it ever.
but
No, but I
yeah.
100% agree with you. Yeah, maybe at towards the end of it, obviously once you come to the end of 10 weeks, we'll regroup on it and see what came up or something.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I'm grateful. Thanks for again for introducing me to it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
yeah, yeah. It's a really powerful process. Something that came up for me was when you were sharing is, um, again, I learned a lot with qigong last night, The guy was talking about how like the mind and the body, they operate so differently for the most part until they're in sync. But almost 100% of us are operating in this very divided structure between the mind and the body. But how the mind finds peace through problems and fixing and solving, and actually the body finds peace and restoration through doing nothing. And I don't know why, but that just popped up when you were sharing, or just I guess I forget what you were saying. Yeah, I forget exactly what you're saying. But anyway, it felt like a valuable little tidbit to throw in there and to yeah tie it to your experience. Anyway, well,
Yeah, it is, man. It is because this this process is centered around that realization and the insight that we actually are in the conventionally the way we're brought up, and if we're living the conventional life going along with the conventional program, we're pretty disintegrated between mind, the what he would call like mental body and the physical body and the emotional body, and we that's what that process is geared toward, is bringing those different aspects of our experience of our being into alignment, becoming more whole instead of disintegrated,
yeah,
becoming integrated. um,
yeah, yeah,
so yeah, for sure, that's what this is addressing, is getting down deeper into those things that cause us to be splintered. So yeah, it's going to be a heck of a journey.
yeah. I'm excited for you, man. All right, cool. Let's what do we got in store for this week?
Yeah, I'll go. So there's a couple things that are a little bit longer term. They're not for this week. So just as part of the presence process, I'm giving up weed and booze for. I was already doing the alcohol thing, but I'm actually going to extend that for the 70-day process. So I think I'm on like day three. So I'm giving those things up for the remainder of these 10 weeks, and I'm also giving up coffee. That's some people would say that's not required because it's not the mind altering substance. We can agree to disagree on that. I think that it is, especially when you're a coffee addict like me and you drink a lot of it every single day. Uh, so I'm gonna do my best to dispense with coffee as well. Now, when fall time rolls around and there's pumpkin spice lattes, then I don't know. I might sneak one in there, but uh, but that's gonna be an ongoing thing. So I'm doing that. But I do also have a couple of commitments for this week. So um, kind of like you, man, I'm seeing a theme in like where I'm taking this and what feels like useful and appropriate for me. You're getting down to the foundational building blocks, and for me, I'm getting this theme of letting things go, of stopping things that are very habitual for me, so that I can increase my awareness. So one of the things I'm going to do is this week I'm not going to play any video games. So Call of Duty on the PS5. It's a way that my friends and I get together. A couple of them live like an hour away. One of them lives 45 minutes away, and we love to play COD. But sometimes I do it maybe a little too much with them, and it also can be like a little bit habitual. Like if one of them calls me and says, "Hey, let's play," then I'm just dropping what I'm doing and jumping in. So I'm gonna let that go this week and not play and just engage with my buddies in a different way. And you just drop in and see them instead. Actually, I have some plans to do exactly that. So that's one. And then the other is I'm going to apply for 5 part-time jobs here in the area. So I've been applying for some without success, so I need to ramp it up. In the meantime, I have some full time work that's going back into the business field, which is probably long term what I'm going to do. I say probably because anything can happen. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm gonna apply for some part-time jobs that I'm more likely to get, so I can keep income flowing in while I do these other projects on the side.
Cool, cool, man. So no coffee, presence process, 10 weeks. Apply to 5 jobs over the course of 1 week, and
Yep,
then no cod for 1 week, potentially more.
that's right.
Yeah, great. You gotta
That's
like,
right.
should be writing these down. Are you writing them down?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, I wrote those down beforehand.
Yeah, it's like, they say, it's not about adding more into life. It's actually about peeling more away from it, if anything, allowing more space for things to come in. So I think it's wise to put away the gaming for a little bit, do away with these habitual experiences that, yeah, probably more or less for pleasure and obviously some camaraderie and friendship, but yeah, just putting it down for a bit. I mean, that's actually, dude, one of mine is I'm not drinking coffee. No stimulants for 2 weeks. No stimulants for 2 weeks. Um, Coffee, caffeine, tea, matcha, chocolate, what else? Anything. Um,
No
no
stimulants.
stimulants for two
Cool.
weeks. I need a big reset of the nervous system. And also with these weekly chats, like I'm kind of following the trajectory of taking one thing out, putting one thing in, or something along those lines of removing some stuff and like putting other stuff in there. Uh, I absolutely love coffee, absolutely love espresso. I'm a big espresso junkie. Oh, dude, I love it so much. Um,
Yeah.
but I've also had a difficult relationship with it over my life. It's unsure of its exact if it's been creating beauty and love or some harm in my life. I think it's a little bit of both. So we're just putting it aside for now. I'm gonna enjoy some basic ass chamomile tea or some other, you know, hibiscus tea, non-caffeinated tea. Good old tea.
Yeah. Oh man, I love the. I'll send you the brand later. I ran out of it, but there's this peppermint stuff. It's like
Ooh,
this.
peppermint's good.
I don't know if it's like some English tea, but yeah, decaf peppermint tea. Oh,
Yes,
it's pretty
yes.
good. Great.
Yeah, so that's one of mine for this coming 2 weeks, actually. Another one is I'm intending to buy myself a whiteboard to like a scheduled whiteboard so I could start writing my weekly and potentially monthly sort of plans because dude, like my whole life I've literally never needed a schedule. It's like a schedule I just discovered like 6 months ago. And planning is way new to me. It feels a little uncomfy, but also I enjoy it. It allows some stability of mind and flow of the days to come in, and also just blocking off sections of the day for like dedicated work, dedicated, like concentrated work on a specific task. And in those blocks of time, no phone, no distractions, no nothing. You're just focusing on the one task at hand, and that's it. And then setting a time block to it. And once that time is up, you can transition on. So I think that's going to help me so much, and just as I build out my days right now. Um, yeah, so that's just another one. I didn't come this week with too many because I'm still really trying to ingrain the previous cycles that we've kind of worked through, and I'm also doing work outside of our chats here, like refining and everything. So that's coming in too. I think the only other one I'm going to throw down for this week is I'm gonna let's say I'm gonna do 30 minutes dedicated daily time towards learning about qigong, practicing it, um, and then also learning about. So this part might I'd have to give a little bit of a backstory. So the solar plexus and the diaphragm. want to learn about the connection there and the breath, then I think like I've had a lot of stuck energy in that solar plexus there for quite some time. And it's one of my main things in life is moving through this. I'm finally at that breaking point. It's been years. So I just want to gain knowledge, experience, and actual exercises on how to relate to that energy, relate to the diaphragm, and just yeah, learn basically. So yeah, 30 minutes each day for both of those I'll throw in there too. But yeah, nothing too exciting yet, but it's getting there. I had some wild ones for this week, but I felt like I don't know if I was ready to share them to the great wide world yet because they're pretty fucking out there.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, those are great. Those are great. I'm curious about that. For me, I have, is this solar plexus, like, is it there? Because like on the left side underneath my chest, that is where an immense amount of my energy concentrates. I feel so many of my emotions in that spot.
Where is
That's
it?
like, especially any kind of
Tilt your camera down.
uncomfortable emotions. Yeah. It's like underneath the left side of my chest. I feel like, and so many of my emotions. It's absolutely, yeah. It's kind of bizarre how much it's concentrated
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's the emo. I mean, that's what they say the our gut being the second brain. It's a processing house of our emotions. But seems like yours is a little upwards, closer to the heart.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you
it is.
feel do you feel like you feel pleasure and pain there?
Mostly it's the discomfort that I feel there. It's things like pain, anger, sadness, things like that.
Interesting.
Um, I, yeah.
Maybe we have a similar relationship with it right now. So yeah, I'll share what I come across
Yeah,
next week, and maybe you could digest some of it for yourself, and see if it applies.
yeah, that'd be great. Those are great ones, man. I love it.
Yeah, like I said, we're still just crawling right now, but I think it's good because once
Yeah,
we come out with
yeah,
guns
we're
ablazing, it's
still,
gonna be like, whoa, where the fuck that come from?
man. Yeah, dude. It's gonna be some interesting stuff because we are coming from some different places. I'm such a planner. I
Yeah,
have been for a great deal of my adult life. I'm using a calendar to schedule and yeah, setting, of course, planning time for work and activities that I'm going to do this day. And I like to have a pretty clear schedule. In some ways, for me, having a clear schedule helps me be more spontaneous because then it's like I'm getting the things done I know I need to get done. And then when those things are completed, then it's not hanging over my head. It's not like a cloud hanging over me that, well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. When my time is free, it's like it's really free because I did those things that were necessary. Don't always do it, but when I do, then yeah, it leaves that room for spontaneity.
yeah, and it helps a lot with being able to direct energy like towards your intentions. Because I've come from this background of not planning shit, and because I've had a lot of freedom in life, it's a beautiful thing. But like when you're in that place, you could do anything. You could go in any direction, and it can be just debilitating to be in that place of like, well, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do all these things, and then you just don't do anything because you haven't like chopped it up into blocks and time periods of execution. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Excited for a fucking calendar.
And a fucking
Fucking
whiteboard.
whiteboard, yes.
Or maybe the whiteboard will be the calendar.
Yeah. Um, yeah, man. Anything else we want to drop into today before we close this up?
No, I think we'll have a great episode coming on Monday in the main cast. But yeah, this is exciting. I'm good with this. Let's follow through and see. Let's walk down these paths and see where they lead.
Cool. Cool. All right, man. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Again, if anyone wants to drop in on these chats, feel free to drop a comment. And everyone enjoy the 4th.
Yes. Happy 4th.
May the 4th be with you all.
Peace.